Well, I wanted to make this video for a while now. Hello everyone, I'm Woodchuck and welcome to my channel. And yes, you read the title correctly. Today I'm going to be drawing my rough sketched OCs because I am scared of Pinterest. Let me explain why. Let me set the scene. Not too long ago, actually it's probably about maybe 2 years ago, when I started getting into digital art, I started to sketch my OCs on IBIS X Paint to see what they would look like and to color them. Then I noticed that I can't just keep them all here in my gallery, and I needed to store them somewhere. And that's when I came up with the great idea to store them all in a private folder on Pinterest. So I started transferring them there. All was well, all was fine. I thought my art was fine. I thought it was safe. Until Pinterest updated their policy and deleted one of my pictures. And now I'm worried about my artwork going poof like half of the human population after the Thanos snap. Which I don't want to happen to my art because I made a bunch of character designs that I like a lot, and that's the only place that has that picture. It's not stored anywhere else. So that is what led to this video being made. So welcome to part 1 of this series, because I got a lot more characters I want to draw. Also, throughout this video, I'm going to explain a little bit more of why I'm scared of them. So I have selected 4 characters from my folder on Pinterest to draw in this video, which are these 4. I'm starting with this one. Also, I want to say, when I started drawing my little characters in digital art, I did use these meme bases and then drew over on top of it their hair and clothing and stuff. But as you will see over time, I stopped using those and it's just all of my art now. Currently, it's more just all my art without bases, without any help from them. Just my art fully. So, I selected these 4 characters because they kind of all have a similar theme, which is kind of like sci-fi space theme, I guess. When I was making these characters, I was really into sci-fi space characters. So this guy that I'm currently drawing here on screen was in my little made up story for him, was the background, I guess, of the character and everything. Was that he was the leader of a space expedition. Sorry for saying that wrong. Which I know in this picture he might not look like a leader of a space expedition. But that's what he is. In his original design, as you can see in the picture, he was supposed to be a short, energetic fella, but that doesn't really convey that in this picture. Might change his personality later depending on if I want to expand this character and continue with this character, because sometimes I liked, or I still do, just making up character designs and drawing them, and some of them don't have any purpose. It's just I thought it was neat and I drew it. I do that a lot. Probably because, pretty much every artist is a creative and they just like making stuff. So yeah, I have a tendency just to make so many characters that have no stories or anything. I just think they look neat and I draw them. Which I heard people talk about when you're doing character design stuff, you usually are probably, I think, should know the character's personality and everything, and their personality will help dictate, direct how they dress and everything. But sometimes I just make up stuff. I just draw characters, I draw things that sometimes I like or I think it's cool. So I want to say a little bit more about what happened with Pinterest because I feel like I didn't explain enough on why I'm scared of them. And here's the part where I get to talk about why I'm scared of them. It's more story time with me. Also, I still use Pinterest. I just don't put my characters up in a private folder because I don't do that anymore. I don't really know where to put them. I kind of just send it to my sister on a digital platform that I don't want to mention. Actually, I just send them through Skype, which I don't know if anyone else does that, but that's how I make most of my stuff. With most of my videos, I know I'm ranting right now, but I just want to say this stuff. Most of my videos, I just record all of them on my iPod, and then I transfer all of the artwork and all the video footage and everything through Skype to my sister, who never looks at Skype, but she knows I do that because it's the only way I can transfer them. And I transfer them to Skype, and then I go on my computer on Skype and I gather all the things that I sent to my sister on Skype, and then I just pop them to my computer and I use them. So yeah, that's actually typically how I normally get all my stuff onto my computer for videos. Also, while I'm here, before I start explaining more of what happened, I might as well mention some stuff about this character that I'm currently now drawing on the screen. This character works with the first guy, and yeah, none of them have any names because I just designed these characters. I didn't name them. So, hey, if any of you guys have any suggestions for names for these guys, leave them in the comments below because I like to see if any of you can come up with some names for them. If I like any of them, I will credit you if I use them. Anyway, this character, he is the navigator to the space expedition. Struggle with that word for some reason. He's just a tired, dapper, middle-aged man. That's it. That's all I got for him. So anyway, back to why I'm scared of them. So not too long ago, Pinterest would send me an email saying they deleted a pin I liked because it would be something along the lines of something that would, I guess, be violent or seen as self-harm, and I would get those occasionally. I tend to like jokes and memes I find on Pinterest with sometimes dark humor, and also would find reference pictures and basis for reference and inspiration, which I suppose some can be a little dark, which is probably why they would remove them. So they told me please take a look through your boards to see if any content you like or have is like that. Like more like that with involving self-harm or reference to things like that. And to get rid of them. I am paraphrasing a bit, but that's pretty much what they were telling me to do. So I did and tried my best to remove the ones that I thought were like that. And then Pinterest would still send me emails saying the same thing. Like, I deleted one of the pins because it was violent or self harm or stuff like that. Maybe not violent. Forgive me if that was incorrect. But I do know involving probably self harm. They're just things that they said was against their community guidelines. But I don't know. I might be not understanding what is considered to be those things because to me it looks fine, but I don't know to them what they think looks fine because, to me it doesn't seem that bad. But that's not really the problem. Recently they updated their policies, and this one policy update was like about being more cautious with certain types of things, such as inappropriate stuff, which is fine. I don't really want to see that type of stuff anyway. But they do say that if it is suggestive, even if they're wearing clothes, they will get rid of it. Which is like, okay, they can do whatever they want as their website. Platform would be the right word, probably. But then I got an email from them saying they took out a picture from one of my boards in my section of my OCs. That's what I called it in the private folder. I can't show the picture they took out because it had a one-time link for me to review it again, and I already looked in it. And I don't have the picture because that was the only place I stored it. The thing is, it's not a bad picture. At least in my eyes, it wasn't. All it was is two people laying next to each other holding hands, and they weren't naked. Apparently, two people laying down next to each other holding hands is bad to them. I don't know if people are looking at this or if they're using AI to remove things they think is bad. Then that would make more sense why they might think that. But yeah, my picture wasn't that bad. At least in my eyes, it wasn't. It didn't, you heard what I told you it looked like. No, there's no evidence to the picture. But no one was naked. No one was doing anything appropriate. It was just two people laying next to each other holding hands. But I guess I can see how someone would think that's maybe because it was like not fully colored or stuff like that. And I wasn't using a base. It was for me back when I first started drawing digital art and I was just drawing two sibling characters. Also, it wasn't that big of a deal because I have drawings of these characters on paper before, so I have their designs, so that wasn't really a big deal. That picture I kind of gave up in anyways. They also said I had like 7 days to appeal it, but I didn't want to do that because it makes it feel like I'm going to court. It wasn't that big of a deal. But then I got worried because they were saying pretty much, you better make sure your stuff aligns with the policies or we will take action. And that scared me because I did not know what they mean by, taking action. I didn't know that mean they're eventually like, they really don't like my stuff and they keep, deleting things if they're like maybe going to take away my account, which concerns me, but I don't know if they're going to do that, but that's what concerned me. I don't want to lose my OCs that I've drawn once and put there. And I want to preserve them in case I do lose my account, which I don't know if that would happen or not. I just want to do this for my own safety, I guess, and preserving of the characters. So that's why I'm starting this series. I've also been worried about losing my account just in general, I guess. You get worried about that, about what would happen to my art. So that was a little stressful. So that's why I'm doing this, just to like preserve one-time drawing OCs so I have more places where they are so I can find them easier. And yeah, I just have a hard time finding places to store my OCs. Like sometimes you draw roughly drawn OCs and characters, and I don't want to make it public drawings when I have just those type. I like just to have them stored somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure. I remember I think it was Toy House, someone was saying where you can preserve characters and stuff. But I know you need like a code, I think, to get into there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just working with what I got. But yeah, that's the story. So let's go back to talking about the drawings now, I guess, since the story is out of the way. So if you're still around, thanks for sticking around. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this whole thing in the first place. So yeah, I am actually sharing a bunch of poorly drawn, probably, and roughly sketched, funky looking characters, but this is for me to preserve them, so I don't mind everyone seeing this type of stuff from me. So yeah, all these characters are kind of like, sci-fi spacey theme, I guess. I'm not sure if this is when I was seeing like a lot of fan art or a lot of stuff from Genshin Impact, because some of the characters look like that, especially that one guy. Was like, I think he's from the Void. Not sure, I don't know. He's that blonde haired guy with the eye patch. Danceville, I think his name is. I don't know. I do not play that game. I just see a lot of fan art from Genshin Impact and the other one that I don't want to say the name of because I'm pretty sure I'm going to say the name wrong. The other game they made, which actually involves space. That one. I will pop up a name on the screen because I am scared to butcher that name and I think I will if I say it. So, the character I was drawing that was previously on screen before this one, just want to mention him because I didn't mention him earlier because I didn't want to interrupt explaining everything that happened. So I actually was developed still, I did do a few drawings actually still of this character, I think, or like rough sketch drawings. I have been developing him more. As far as I know, he likes to gamble. He likes to gamble and fight, or the two things that he liked. Originally, his character, he was a thief. Then he developed into a gambler. That's all I have to say about him. Now on to this character, the one that's currently on screen. This guy, he's the last one. Like, I don't know, he always looked like a friendlier character, but like I think for my whole idea, he's like an assassin. Which is like apparently a friendly guy who's an assassin. And this is all the characters I drew for this video. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully we will have another video to this series eventually. Don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to see the art more close up or more of my art, my other social medias are linked in the description. And I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!